if you look at like, so what is it, Ayesha Curry and Stephen Curry, like she still wants to, even after she's with Stephen Curry for fuck's sake.
She's with
Stephen Curry.
He signed a deal for $500
yeah,
million.
And she still wants, she's on Red Table Talk wanting to still say, hey, I want to be on Instagram. I still want to advertise myself. I still want to be, I still want other men to find me sexy. That's what I mean by advertising. It's not necessarily like the saying, yeah, you're advertising yourself sexually when you do that, but it's not just that, and it's not just like the soft launch. It is the fact that you are still there advertising while you would have a conniption fit if the guy was out there flirting with the waitress, because he's following his sexual imperatives while he has to curtail his and you're not.
I think I have something good to say with this.
If that's not a double standard, I don't know what is.
Not that like anything. I mean, it's fine if you want to do OnlyFans or whatever, and that's how you want to make your money. That is fine. But then if you do have that, you cannot come then and say, I want to find my perfect man. I've never had OnlyFans. I've never started OnlyFans. I never will have an OnlyFans because like one of my goals in life that I knew that I was going to want to have, whether that be like now, which it has happened for me now. I got lucky, like it happened for me. And I don't have an OnlyFans, so that's proof that it can happen and that it happened because of that, right? That I have like the perfect man that like I think that I would want to have is sitting right next to me. So that is proof for that. But I always knew that I would want that one day, right? Like I would want to be married to the perfect man of like my dreams per se, that I would want to be with, that I would want to raise my kids with me. So I would never have that because I know that a man that I dream to have would not want a woman that is doing that. So like that's kind of a little take on that. And there's nothing, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But you can't have them both. It's just one of those things, you can't have it both ways. Like you pick and choose. If you'd rather have OnlyFans and make all this money on OnlyFans, which girls do, there's girls that make so much money to do it. So if you want to do that and have that, you can have that and do it. But just know it's going to be a lot harder, and you probably aren't going to be able to have this as well.
So I had a question for you earlier, and I totally forgot about it till right now. You said you mentioned as OnlyFans, you mentioned OnlyFans as a career path. You said career path, and you talked about a man taking away your career path. I'm asking if you had gotten on the cover of Vogue, if you had gotten on the cover of FHM, if you had gotten on something else that where you could make a salary over $200,000, $500,000 a year, and you didn't have fans, would you still do OnlyFans?
Yeah, I mean, I was already making a decent salary just off TikTok sponsorships, but OnlyFans is an insane amount of money.
So you would still do OnlyFans because of the money. What I'm saying is that like you got Giselle Munchin type money, you'd still want to do OnlyFans?
Not necessarily. Like, I don't think I could be bought. Like, for instance, like if someone offered me like $100 million for my virginity, I wouldn't do it.
Right. No,
so money isn't the incentive.
Yeah, I would probably do it for $100 million. I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, can I ask the guys a question? Like,
choose a different.
I mean, I know you guys
offered more money than OnlyFans.
I don't think that's what he's saying.
No. What I'm saying is that you called it a career path. Does that make sense? Like being in construction is a career path. Laying bricks is not a career path.
Of like content creation.
Right. Well, the overall, but we're not worried about the TikTok part, right? The guy you're going to marry is not super worried about the TikTok part. It's this one part that they're going to have a little bit more concern about. Do you understand how? My only question is, I consider media maybe a career path, but OnlyFans is not necessarily a career path. Does that make sense? That's what I was confused when you were saying before. A man would want to take me away from my career path. And I think you're calling it a career path because it happens to be very lucrative for you. But I don't think it's a career path. I think and maybe I'm wrong, but what I felt like is if you were more respected as a traditional model,
Mike, a little closer to the mic.
Sorry, if you were more respected as a traditional model, you might not want to do OnlyFans. That's the only thing I'm asking.
OnlyFans earns a lot more. I was more so saying that because he was saying if he met a girl who's on OnlyFans, he'd want to transfer her into his mission, his framework.
Sure.
So I was asking, is the transferring because it's specifically OnlyFans or just because that's what she's currently doing?
The three of us are in some way or another performance coaches, and it doesn't really look good for us to be dating girls who are doing things. Like I could see if a girl had like old photos that were bikini shots or whatever, maybe, but like anything beyond that, if we're doing stuff with those girl shit, I think it's going to be a little bit harder for us to explain as male improvement coaches why our girlfriends are doing that. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's the reason why. So from a business standpoint.
The optics, yeah.
Justin, I know you wanted to come in, and then after Justin goes, guys, give me a little space to get through some of the super chats here, and I'll try to get everyone caught up. Go ahead, Justin.
I think you nailed it. So I don't really have a whole lot more to say.
Okay.
I wouldn't let it stop me, but I would shut it down. And yes, I would want her to be inside my frame, not because it was OnlyFans, because it's a family mission, it's a legacy.
You had something quick? Go ahead.
Something quick. I just wanted to say that I think that having an is further perpetuating the hedonism that's destroying the country. I wouldn't want to be a part of that personally.
This is why I use the word philosophy.
Do you have a quick response to her? She said that OnlyFans is the
Okay, I
downfall
think
of
that
the
it-
West. Is that
Yeah,
what you
yeah,
said?
basically.
Yeah,
like, for lack
that,
of
she's
better
affirming my
words,
point.
I said it's perpetuating the hedonism that's destroying the country, and it's really giving people fucked up.
Is that you,
fucked
Andrew?
up.
Hey, is Andrew here? Andrew just showed up. He's the mystery guest. It wasn't me
There he
after
is.
all. Come on in.
It's really ruining the way that people perceive relationships and shit.